Hi again, everybody. I'm Scott Agnes of FieldhouseFiles.com. The Fever went to Chicago and won handedly over the weekend. Another domination over the Chicago Sky. They've now won 2 games in a row and will look to make it 3 in a row. Coming up Wednesday, facing the Phoenix Mercury, oddly, for the first time this season. A lot of familiar faces with this group. One of those, of course, being on the Fever side is Sophie Cunningham. She spent the majority of her career there with the Phoenix Mercury before now coming to Indiana and spending her first year away from Phoenix here in Indiana. We talked with her following Tuesday's practice after the team enjoyed Monday off. It's a better rhythm right now to their schedule after they've had a couple days between games. They had a day off yesterday. Now we'll ease in coming up to Wednesday's game against the Mercury, which, by the way, is also facing DeWanna Bonner for the first time since she elected to move on from this team in the middle of June. For whatever reason, it just did not work out, the fit, the comfortability, and the Fever did right by DeWanna in allowing her out of her contract, waiving her, and allowing for her to go back to Phoenix, where, like Sophie, she spent the majority of her career. But right now, Fever are playing better. They have all good health except for Caitlin Clark, who they hope to get back coming up later next month. Now, come inside Indiana Fever practice on the main court here at Gainbridge Fieldhouse and hear from head coach Stephanie White, along with Sophie Cunningham and newcomer Chloe Bibby.
Steph, so the first thing Sophie said about the Chicago game was, we don't feel like we played particularly well, but we got the win. So how did it come together for you on Sunday?
Yeah, I think we had runs when we needed to make runs. We got defensive stops when we needed to get them. I think we were just inconsistent. We weren't always locked into our coverage. They made some big runs. We lost some 3-point shooters, but it's tough to win on the road in this league. And so for us to go in and to fight through some internal adversity throughout the course of the game, to be able to answer runs and to get a tough win on the road was important for us.
We're going to be this deep in the season and haven't played a team yet. What makes Phoenix such a challenging opponent?
Well, I mean, certainly their roster. I mean, they've got so many capable players. AT is always a tough matchup with her ability to play the point forward. Her IQ, their ability to get everybody touches, and obviously when you have 2 of the best 4 players in the league, and her and Satu, it makes it really, really tough from a matchup standpoint. And they're at their best when they're spreading the floor and they're knocking down shots. So we've got to do a really good job of taking care of the 3-point line and being disciplined in our coverages.
DB's obviously coming back here for the first time. So how have you seen her fit in with Phoenix, and what's it like to game plan against her?
I think she's fit in perfectly with Phoenix. I mean, she does a really good job. Her and AT play so well together, and she does a really good job of adding a different dimension with her ability to be that stretch 4, to complement, and her and Satu being able to play on the floor at the same time with AT. She's comfortable there. She's comfortable in that system. It's going to be different to game plan against her. Her and AT both, really, honestly. After having been on the sideline with them for a couple of years, it's going to be different to game plan against her. But I'm glad that she's happy, and I'm glad that she's found her spot.
How was Chloe so effective on Sunday, just to come in here and hit the ground running like that?
Yeah, her stretch floor, her ability to shoot the ball is important. And Chicago played us a lot of zone, a lot more than we've seen throughout the course of the year. And so it allowed her to get free, to get loose, to be able to knock down some shots. And it's nice to have a player like that. So if teams do give us a different look, we have the ability to throw 4 shooters around AB.
Kelsey's been averaging over 26 game since the All-Star break. So, what have you seen from her since before the stretch?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really been all year the way that she's been playing. She's been playing at a high level all year long. We are depending on her a little bit more from a scoring standpoint than we were with Caitlin on the floor. I mean, we always depend on her, but now it's different. Her ability to get touches, her ability to get other players involved, and she's really stepped up to that. She's shooting the ball incredibly well. She's playing on balance in her attack, and we're leaning heavily on her, and she's stepping up to that challenge.
I'm glad you asked. She is one of the worst teammates that I've ever had, and I really don't like her at all.
It's going to be like going against Phoenix.
I have nothing but good things to say about Phoenix. That was my home for 6 years. I created a lot of fond memories and relationships and close friendships out there, and so it's going to be really nice to see some of those people. But for me, I'm just all in. I'm happy to be here in Indiana. They're just another team that's in our way to where we want to be. Phoenix is obviously pretty reworked from last year. Just what makes them difficult? Yeah, they have a lot of offensive weapons. When you have AT on your squad, anything can happen. when you have Satu, Ka, they have some newcomers that are really good, but they're just playing really well. And so for us, I mean, so are we, but for us, we just have to be aggressive defensively. We have to stay in rhythm offensively and, just stick to our scout.
This in such a small circle, when you cross paths with former teammates on the regular like this, how are the sometimes pleasantries, sometimes awkwardness of all of it, and then you have to get to the competition?
It's not awkward. If it's awkward, then you need to grow up. But, for Phoenix, their roster the past 5 years, it's never been the same in 2 weeks, and I was a part of that forever. So there's no awkwardness there. It's going to be nice to see some of them. It's going to be nice to see some of their coaching staff. I miss some of them. But for me, that's part of the business. It's part of being a pro, and it's cool because when you do get to have so many different types of teammates, you get to know people off the court and really know why they are the way they are, what they're about, and I think that's the most special thing is the relationship piece of this of this league.
When you all get a chance to go back and look at the Chicago game from Sunday, what stands out about what worked so well for periods of that game?
Yeah, no one liked how we played on Sunday, to be honest. We were just inconsistent. Our defensive schemes were off. Offensively, we weren't in flow. And so there's a lot of learning points for us. We still got the dub, which is the most important part. But for us, we have to play to our standard. It doesn't matter who's on the other side. We got to play Indiana basketball all the time.
Yeah, of course.
Here at all?
I didn't, but obviously she's a legend, so.
Chloe, how did it fit so well? You just come in here and it just seemed to meld so well so quickly. Why do you think it fit in with your mix here?
Yeah, well, I mean, everyone has honestly just been super lovely and really helpful, just trying to help me get the plays and, feel comfortable. So really kudos to all my teammates and the coaches for really making me feel comfortable. So all I had to do was just shoot the ball.
What was the hardest part maybe of the fit in here?
The jet lag, to be honest. That's probably it. Everyone else people-wise has been amazing, so it's been easy to slide right in, but the sleep, that's probably got me.
You feel like you're getting caught up yet?
Yeah, I think I have. It's like 10 hours the other day, so I feel good.
What part of your game do you think fits in best here?
I think just my fast pace and ability to shoot the ball. I think I can space the floor, so I think that's, key and can help.
It's my day. For Ozzy! For Ozzy! Or just for yourself. Today, Tosh, we both want you places to be.
Sophie, did you shoot already?
Yeah, dude.
Hey, shut your ass up.
Guys asked me about the most teammate that I did.
All right, I'm gonna have to kick y'all out so I can go do my job.